You all set? Okay, kind of a weird game, I'll tell you that. I mean, we had very similar yardage, total low first half and second half, but very different results. Just weren't finishing drives in the first half. And I'll tell you what, I got a lot of respect for that Wyoming team. They're tough players, well coached, and they gave us everything they had. And so, like I said, hats off to them, and really think that they got a bright future. Second half, like I said, 4 drives, 4 touchdowns. And, in the first half, we found a way to bog down. We hit a field goal early, then we missed a couple, and then had to punt once or twice. So it was, we just couldn't finish. And so that was really the difference between the halves. Defense, conversely, was good the entire game. Thought they played well. And a little soft against the run there towards the end, but did a nice job. Came away with we had 2 takeaways, in the strip sack and the interception. So a couple takeaways, almost scored on the Jackson Benny pick. Way too many penalties. That's a big negative for us, is we got to play cleaner apparently, and we just had, that's not like us to have that many penalties and that much penalty yardage. So we got to do a better job with that. I thought Devin played really well. I haven't looked at his numbers yet, but he's a playmaker, and again, did not throw an interception, didn't turn it over, did a nice job distributing the ball. Ryan Davis had to be our leading receiver, catch-wise. I don't know how many he had, but probably double digits. And so, anyway, what questions you have?
How difficult is it when you get that many penalties, and sometimes you may not think that they're penalties? How do you coach that with your team?
Yeah, as I watched the replays, some of them were legit, some of them I was just not sure about, but I just know that they were called, and so we've got to be better. And, I never complain about referees or anything like that. We just got to be better, and that really was another reason why we were unable to finish drives in the first half. I think we had 70 of the 95 penalty yards in the first half, and that doesn't usually yield very good results.
What was your message to the team there in the locker room?
Finish drives, very simple. Defense, we were playing well, like I said, tackling well, defending the rush well. I think they only had like 20 or 30 yards of rushing at halftime, and the whole issue was finishing drives on offense. And fortunately, we got that corrected, and O-line did a really good job in that second half. Took charge and really controlled the line of scrimmage.
Kyle, Devin said that obviously finishing drives, but finishing third downs and converting those in the first half was kind of the issue. Were you guys able to pinpoint something at halftime that was going wrong on those third downs that you switched on?
Not really. No, not really. Just weren't executing as well as we needed to, and we had been really good on third down the first 2 games, but and I think probably our final numbers tonight weren't bad, third down wise, but no, nothing that was a major adjustment of any sort.
Coach, how important is it for Devin to execute on schedule? It seemed like that was a difference in the second half.
Yeah, that's very important. That's important for anybody. I mean, if you get behind the chains, and it's tough to overcome that. But when we can be productive on first and second down and set up manageable third downs, that's ideal. And you're exactly right. That's what we did in that second half.
Kyle, you had 3 missed field goals today. Was there anything in particular with Dylan that kind of led to that?
Not that I'll have to talk to him. The one that came out really funky was, I think the hold was not clean. But he's got a strong leg. You saw what he does for us on kickoffs. And he'll be back. He's just a freshman, and he'll learn from this. And I think he's tough enough mentally to get himself right. And hopefully he makes some big kicks for us down the road.
Kyle, you walked into this week saying you wanted more explosive plays from the offense, and you had 311 rushing yards. How do you, I guess, balance, your rushing attack with such a good offensive line that you have, but also trying to get the passing game going and finding receivers to kind of get consistency?
You want to be balanced. That's the operative word, and I think we've been pretty balanced through 3 weeks. Maybe a little run heavy, but you get an offensive line that controls the line of scrimmage. It's harder to screw up the run game than it is the pass game. I'll tell you that. And we got 2 good running backs. Well, actually more than that. Wayshawn and Knock are the lead guys, but you saw what Hunter can do, and then Smith Snowden adds his, and Nate Johnson had a really nice run. Unfortunately, he got stripped at the end of it, but we're trying to be balanced and keep them guessing, and lot of it has to do with how they're playing us. If they're playing us with a too high safety look, it's gonna be more run heavy, and vice versa if it's a single high.
Coach, it seems like Dallin Bentley is emerging as a go-to weapon for Dampier. What has his presence meant to the passing game and the offense in general?
Yeah, he's been big. I mean, I saw it coming. We saw it coming in spring ball. The light switch went on for Dallin in spring ball, and he was finally able to stay healthy. That's what had hampered him the last couple of years, is he kept having nagging injuries. And he's been healthy, knock on wood, and carried a really good spring right into fall camp, and has been just consistent and steady and dependable. And not only with his pass catching, his blocking has been much improved. So he's a valuable weapon for us.
Kyle, you had that 19-play drive where Devin finished it with the fumble touchdown.
Yeah.
Just
Was that 19 plays?
Yeah.
Wow.
with that kind of drive, there's a lot of adversity in that drive. What does that say about your team that you were able to overcome that, especially that 3rd and 21 that got to Dallin?
Yeah, well, it says just that we were able to handle adversity, and we're going to have adversity in Division I football every week, some way, shape, or form. You're going to have adversity, and you better be good at handling it if you want to be a team that has a chance to be, a championship team. And so, I was proud of the way they did that. That was a heck of a play by Devin to keep the play alive, picking up that one ball and finding, I think it was Larry. Was it Larry in the end zone? Yeah, Simmons. And I didn't realize it was 19 plays. That's our second, drive of that length, I guess, this year. So. That'll wear our defense out too.
After these first 3 opponents, how do you get ready for Texas Tech?
Yeah,
It seems like the level may rise quite a bit.
Sure will, and we got to be up for the occasion. It's at our place, and our fans will be there in full force, and the Muss and the band, and it'll be a great environment for us. Kickoff time doesn't bother us a bit. 10 o'clock, that's no problem at all. And so, but you're right, the degree of difficulty is getting higher, and that's what you'd expect. And we're excited about the challenge.
Coach, any update on Rabbit Evans?
Yeah, doesn't look good. It's a lower leg injury that looks like it could be season ending. So that's unfortunate. That kid, I feel so bad for him. He's worked so hard and just can't seem to get a break. And it's like I said, it's something pretty serious. And I don't know. We'll have to look at what his redshirt situation is, and hopefully get him back for another year, maybe 2 years. Depending on what the circumstances are.
John Henry Daly had a big game tonight. How impactful was he, especially in that first half?
Yeah, he's been our most reliable, consistent pass rusher through the first 3 games. I think he's leading our team in sacks. If not, he's right up there. He was the guy that had the strip sack. He's a tough kid. He just keeps coming at you. He's a throwback guy. He's old school. He's just just a grinder. Remember Hunter Dimmick played for us? That's exactly who he reminds me of. Is Hunter Dimmick.
Kyle, what was your reaction on the fumble? Obviously, you picked it up and then lasered it to Larry Simmons. I mean, what was your reaction to that?
My reaction was I was happy. The ball's on the ground, and credit him. A lot of quarterbacks would have just gone and dove on it. But he has the presence of mind and the just that it factor where he just, hey, let's keep this thing alive and make something out of it. So he's it takes a rare guy to be able to do that.
You guys are near the top of
Last
the
one
country
here.
in
Nice cowboy hat. Did you buy that here?
No.
Oh, you brought it with you? Okay.
You guys have been top of the country in 3rd downs, probably will remain close to that after 9 and 15, I think, today.
Both sides you talking, or you talking offense?
Offense.
Yeah, 'cause I think we're up there on
Can
D,
you
too.
give us a little insight on Devin's composure, but also maybe the play calling, how you felt the 3rd downs have been?
Well, I think it goes back to what we talked about a minute ago with 1st and 2nd down being productive and having 3rd downs that are manageable. If you get a bunch of 3rd and 10 plus, you're gonna have a hard time, having a high conversion rate. And so, if you can stay on schedule, not get behind the chains, and get those. And Jason has proven to be a very masterful 3rd down play caller so far. I mean, he seems to have the right call to just get what we need for the conversion. And so, between Jason's play calling, being productive on 1st and 2nd down, and Devin Dampier, just him being him. I think that's the formula for us.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
All
Coach.
right, guys.